There we go. Ash vs. Evil Dead, Season 2, Episode 8. Thoughts? This episode is called Ashy Slashy. Another episode I love. Spoilers for everything Evil Dead franchise leading up to and including this episode. Not for anything that came after this episode first premiered. The episode is rated TVMA, so will this video be? Let's dive right in. So, yeah. This was a phenomenal episode. They again got some a lot of mileage out of this incredibly creepy asylum location. Really appreciated the reappearance of Amanda, who also continues to be very, very creepy. And, you know, the little things of, you know, what was the line? You know, I'm not Kelly. No, I am. Then Ash is looking for you. He's in his room with his friend. You know, that was quite, yeah. Let's see. Really loved the parts where they were like running away from Ash. And I did, like, for a chunk of this episode, I thought, oh, maybe I misinterpreted the ending of the last episode. Maybe he is actually under Ball's influence now. But no, by the end, yeah, you know, when you think back to what he's done in this episode, he didn't directly, like, attack. Like, he grabbed Pablo at one point, and he, like, you know, shoved the chainsaw through, which, you know, risky, but if he felt confident that it wouldn't, you know, directly hurt, you know, Ruby or Pablo, then it works. I feel really bad for Pablo. He's never gonna get to run a fish and chips shop, which I like puns, so I did think that was a very cute name, and I like the thing, you know, come on Pablo, you're gonna, you know, I knew you cared. That was a great little moment. A lot of great character moments in the entire episode. Let's see. One of the standout scenes has to be Kelly versus Ashy Slashy the puppet. That was, yeah. And these little things of, like, you know, you're calling me perverted. You're the one with your hand up my puppet pooper. And let's see, the line, you know, some people pay good money for this. Let's see. Yeah, really love when he got, like, really sharp teeth, and when it's like the chainsaw works, and you know, little things like that. Really great stuff. Let's see. Yeah, you know, took me back to the little Lori fight in was that the first? I think that was the first episode. It was one of the first, at least. And yeah. Let's see. Lacey was great as a Deadite. I already liked the actress's performance, but just, yeah, they got. I mean, I haven't heard for sure, but they gotta have had, like, Deadite camp, the way that, you know, some zombie movies have zombie camp. You know, where someone tells you, okay, this is how you sound, this is how you move, remember these things, because just everyone that plays the Deadite is so great. You know, her cackling and just yeah. Yeah, really love the stapling, you know, trying to staple her eyes shut, which, yeah, that would significant, you know, well, I mean, do they need eyes to see? Because they definitely have some telepathic kind of psychic, because in the original movie, you know, I'm afraid I can never remember the names, but one of them was able to read the cards, even though she obviously couldn't see them. So, and anyway, but yeah, yeah, some quite cool deaths for the you know, both Lacey and Thomas. You know, these little things. You know, he does have a spine after all. That was, yeah, and that was also, you know, we're gonna be a family again. The only thing you were worse at than a sheriff was a father. Wow. You know, they always go right for the jugular with the personal, you know, fucked up insults there. and yeah, her Lacey's head completely destroyed. It's just, yeah. I like how Kelly is kind of riffing throughout the episode. Oh great, another creepy place. And now I'm stuck in another. Now I'm stuck here by myself, which I really hate. That was some very fun stuff there. I like the unicorn. That was pretty fun, and that is like she never outgrew her unicorn face. That's yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I did not see coming that see, my plan worked. Your plan. Yeah, I told you. Pet tracker, close to ball, get ball in a room with pop. What is it you guys don't understand? And the thing, I can't believe it actually worked. Oh, don't thank me yet. He's like, you're too kind. No. We gotta resolve the situation before it start. Worshipping the ground I walk on. I'm looking forward to it. I really appreciate that we're on the same page about it. Finally, took you long enough to realize how amazing I am, but no, let's deal with the ball first. I really like Ruby being honest. Like let's focus on all the great things we're gonna do. Oh, I mean, you're like 100% gonna die. You get that, right? Oh no, I thought we were clear on this. Like we're gonna do this, and you're gonna die. Like, I mean, I hope you finished your will, because it's like, I mean, now have I done enough to motivate you? Can we please go to where you die now? Is that just yeah? Well, I'm sorry. I was just trying to be honest. And let's see. Yeah, I mean, it was very clever. Pablo being hung up from the ceiling in the chains, and yeah, because it's like that's gonna take a minute for um, the others to get him out of, and that's enough time that they lower their they lower their guard, and Ball takes over the. That was also great. Thunder crack, whatever, and he's standing right behind. That was great. I liked them calling him Goth. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I think. And I will also say that was legitimately a fun, like, yeah, they found him because of the fucking pet tracker, and they're like, we're never gonna hear the end of this if we tell him that was how we found him. Yeah, really, really tense climax. It did look like Ball would be able to get out of the situation, and I love the fingers going into the eye sockets. Even more brutal than, I want to say, was that the first movie? That also had some eye socket puncturing with thumbs, and yeah, on account of effects having improved over it was even more brutal here. It was right up there with like 28 Days Later. That was, yeah, chef's kiss. I like the thing about, there's not even enough left of Ball to spread on toast. If Ash ever cooks for you, watch him every second. Don't let him add a secret ingredient without you knowing what it is, because that's wow. Like, of all the things to, that's where your mind goes. Food, really? Like, instead of just saying, like, oh, that's gonna take a minute to we're gonna need like a water hose to spray all that stuff off or something. But no, food. That's Let's get a taco. Let's see. Right after that was too vague of a reference. Right after talking about cutting a guy's finger off, and he'll tell you everything. Yeah. Yeah, really did not expect to reveal that Pablo died, but yeah, the Ball with the sharp fingernails. He's waving his hands, over his head, which is where Pablo's standing. I could see that was legitimately just a really great reveal, and it was like throughout that entire the climax. I really wasn't sure who was gonna win because Ball was fighting back pretty significantly. Yeah, I think that might more or less. So, right, some IMDb trivia for this episode. Ash runs his chainsaw along the wall, just like Freddy Krueger. That was quite nice. Also, the thing of shoving a chainsaw through, like, a wall or something, and there's someone in there, like, I can't quite place... It's got to have happened in one of the Texas Chainsaw Massacres, I feel like. Haven't watched those. I hear good things about at least the first and maybe the second, some of the newer ones. I don't know. I'm not really opposed to watching them at some point. I don't think I currently have access to copies. Anyway, but yeah. Let's see. Right, more trivia. Ash doesn't appear until 8 minutes into the episode, and he doesn't speak until 20 minutes into the episode. And yeah, Jacqueline Lee Gertz, who's credited as Crazy Patient, Amanda, in this episode, also did stunt double work for Samara Weaving, Dana DeLorenzo, and others throughout the series. Love when they let a stunt performer also play a role. And she does great. Like, I would not have guessed that she wasn't like an actor, but more of like a stunt performer. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah, so the spoiler section points out second episode to feature the death of a main character. And at the very end of the episode, another main character dies, making 3 in this episode. Yeah. And let's see. I like Ashy Slashy, the puppet, getting all upset at being called a Muppet. Like, too far. Jesus Christ. That's really offensive, Kelly. You should apologize. Let's see. And yeah, always bring a gun to a puppet fight and shoots, and there's actually, blood sprays on the wall behind. That was great. And no one wants to, Pablo's like, can I get a ghost beaters? And the others are like, no, you can't. Let's see. Right, and then back to Jacksonville. Maybe not Jacksonville. But listen, you take care of this. I'll even make sure Ash gets the first round. Yeah, right. And let's see. I think that might be... Oh, right. Also, the thing of, Pablo saying, everyone who gets close to the book dies. Now I'm the book. He's talking to Kelly like, I'd never forgive myself if something bad happened to you. There's also, they continue to have the, like, every so often there is this, like, really sincere moment. At first, Kelly doesn't tell Linda about Lacey, and Linda eventually realizes, and she's like, I was afraid, or you were afraid that I couldn't handle it. That's the mistake people have been making about me since for forever. Thinking I'm not strong enough. Yeah, really, really badass moment for her after that. Also, yeah, just really, really looking forward to seeing, because that was another reason I wasn't quite sure how the climax was going to play out, because I kind of feel like Ball, I don't know how he would return from this episode, but I guess Ruby's children are still out there. Maybe that's how it's going to be. But yeah, I was kind of expecting that once Ball was dead, the season would be over. I think, is it 2 more episodes? Let me real quick check. Oops. And there we go. Yeah. There are 2 episodes left of this season, and certainly the first season ended when they had completely, yeah, what's the word? Completely resolved the conflict. So yeah, I guess there is something left. Yeah. Um, yeah. Really, really love this episode. You know, I'm gonna try to do an episode next week. We're gonna see how it really does just come down to how the physical pain is affecting me. But yeah, really, really glad to have done this episode after several weeks without doing one. I really missed the show. Um, yeah, the I mean, just the concept of the puppet fight, because like it was one thing when it was Ash arguing with Ashy Slashy the Muppet. Gonna call him that just to piss him off. But once it's Kelly with her, like, just it's so wonderfully ridiculous and just dark and gross and the whole just yeah. When when the camera cut to I think they're called bedpans or something like that. English is not my first language. It's you know, and I don't watch that many like shows like ER. So yeah, but I believe it's called a bedpan. When the camera when it cut to that, I didn't think that was supposed to be set up. I thought that was just like setting a mood for the just like imagine what this room smells like, this thing full of piss. But then like I don't know, 2 minutes later, Muppet Ashy Slashy is giving Kelly a swirly in it, talking about how some people pay a lot of money for that. So just yeah, this I really admire this show's ability to continue to think of incredibly disgusting stuff to put the characters through and have us the viewer endure.